Hello, Aries, and welcome to your March 2024 horoscope. In today's episode, I'm going to go through the main events happening in the month of March, and I'll tell you how they will influence your zodiac sign on a deeper level. This horoscope is most accurate for your rising sign, also called the ascendant sign. However, you can also watch it for your moon sign or your sun sign if you wish, just to get a bigger picture, wider perspective upon your life. I follow Western astrology tropical zodiac, so welcome. Okay, so here we've got a very, very busy month, and this is the last month when all the planets will be moving in a direct motion. From April, we've got Mercury retrograde, and then other planets will follow this path. Okay, so also here in March, we will start the eclipses season as well. Okay, so here we start with Venus and Uranus square. So as we begin the month, Venus is still in your friendship area. And here Venus is the planet of beauty, creativity, charm. It brings a lot of sensual energy to the area of life that it is transiting. And it's a really beautiful planet to have in this area of friendships. It brings a lot of positivity into your goals and hopes and plans and wishes for the future as well. However, here on the 3rd of March, Venus will reach the same degree of a fixed sign here where Uranus is also present in your area of income finances. So this is happening at 19 degrees of Aquarius here, and Uranus is at 19 degrees of Taurus. Squares represent tense energy that require incorporating or implementing a little bit of effort, a little bit of perhaps, stretch here and there. Now, here with Venus being in your area of friendships, long-term goals, and group environments, squaring your area of finances where Uranus is activated, well, the first thing that comes into my mind is that perhaps there could be someone in your environment that could need your financial support. On a different level, you could have to perhaps cover some fees of a certain membership, of a certain event you wanted to attend. Perhaps these are unexpected expenses you have to deal with, and you need to make a plan how you can cover them. Now, on a different level, this could be also about some unexpected sudden financial obligations that you might have to deal with around this time as well. Well, if it isn't related to finances, this could be also about being attracted to very different kind of people, individuals, and something out of the ordinary, or at least something very different from or people, very different people from your usual types. This could be when you need more freedom, when you need more independence. Perhaps someone will disagree with your style. Perhaps this is a time when you want to break away from certain connections in your life as well. Let's not forget that Pluto is now here, present as of the 20th of January for the next 20 years. And you will, without a doubt, go through some major changes and energetical shifts in your immediate environment, in your social circle as well. All right. So here, yes, this is about being or wanting to be more free. This is about breaking away from some negative cycles that make you feel stuck in a certain group environment, for example. Now, on the 10th, on the other hand, we've got a new moon in Pisces happening at 20 degrees. And just so you know that this month, this area of the 12th house, Pisces connected here, the 12th house, to hidden matters, your subconscious, but also anything to do with spirituality, with endings. This is strongly emphasized. Many Aries will be going through some major breakthroughs. You'll be completing or ending certain aspects or chapters in your life as you prepare for a very different life cycle to emerge once we begin the eclipses here on Aries and Libra axis. Now, here a new moon is when the sun and the moon meet at the same degree in the same sign. This is the beginning of a new lunar cycle. And this particular new moon is really, really important because it is connected to a lunar eclipse that will occur next year in September. And that will be 2025 in September next year. So here, whatever that you start, initiate during this time, it's really, really significant. So pay attention, because here, when the eclipse takes place next year in September, we will return to similar energies, similar people as well. All right, so here we've got the new moon in Pisces at 20 degrees. So have a look if you have any placements at around this degree, one of the multiple signs, so Pisces, Virgo, Gemini, or Sagittarius, because it will generally be a very significant new moon for you if any of your natal placements are also activated around this time. All right, so a new moon, yes, is about a new story, a new beginning, a new chapter in your life. Now, here this new moon is squashed between Saturn and Neptune, which represent very different energies. Neptune is the modern ruler of Pisces, while Saturn is in Pisces since last year, the 7th of March, bringing structure into something that was overly chaotic, that didn't have any structure. A new moon is about new beginnings. Now, this new moon gets a very sober and a realistic taste as a result of that Saturnian energy influencing the energies of this new moon. So, on the one hand, yes, there is confusion. Yes, there could be delusion under that Neptunian influence, but Saturn wants concrete results and outcomes. Saturn takes a very sober approach. So here, this is a great new moon for implementing perhaps major or some strategic goals that could help you to break away from some negative habits, from some negative routines, whatever it is. If you want to fix your sleeping routine, if you want to break away from some negative habits or smoking, drinking, for example, perhaps you're starting a new project from behind the scenes. This could be very much the case as well, especially here for those who want to have their own business, who no longer want to be employed, want to be more independent, for example, in this regard. Then here, perhaps this new moon is also about setting these new goals, new intentions. This is also about becoming more connected to oneself, self-discovery, or also this is about journaling, being creative, but in a quite different way, more serious, more realistic as well, as per that Saturnian energy. Now, at the same time, this is also the area of hidden matters, as I said earlier, but you could also find yourself perhaps visiting someone in an institution, at the hospital as well. This could be when someone truly, truly needs your support. This is likely to be a very introspective time as well, when you will analyze or overanalyze certain aspects of your life as well. There's a tendency towards overthinking, overanalyzing when the transits take place in the area of the 12th house. So just keep this in mind. Now, here on the 17th, a few days after this new moon, the sun will conjunct Neptune here in your area of the 12th house. Then we've got on the 21st, Venus and Saturn conjunction here as well, and then Mars will come here. So there's this massive emphasis upon that 12th house energy this month that could really stimulate that need to withdraw, take a step back to really truly look at your life. And I think it's a fantastic time for doing so, because you can better prepare for the solar eclipse that will take place in the month of April. So here next month. So with the Sun and Neptune conjunction on the 17th, it's an extremely, extremely intuitive day. A day when you can generally have some really strong realizations. Your intuition is stronger. perhaps there you have this greater need to perhaps connect with people of a more spiritual nature, like-minded people. At the same time, your dreams could be very, very vivid as well. Perhaps you'll also get involved in some charity work, volunteering. There is this increased sensitivity, and for some, this could be also some paranormal experiences as well, or perhaps spiritual awakening, or the peak of this awakening could be very much also highlighted during this time as well. Okay, so this is happening at 27 degrees, this conjunction. Now, here on the 21st, we've got Venus and Saturn conjunction happening. And that's also in your 12th house at 12 degrees. So here we've got the hidden area of life emphasized. Generally here during this time, you might want to keep some aspects of your love life, relationships, personal relationships, love affairs, or even finances to yourself, with Saturn being the planet connected to structure, discipline, but also delays. This is a time overall around the 21st to be cautious with your money. And perhaps this isn't a good time for taking unnecessary financial risks, because here Saturn is all about that careful approach and strategic planning without taking any, sudden and unexpected risks, for example. Now, at the same time here, this is also generally when you have to be more disciplined when it comes to your spending habits as well. Perhaps this is a time when you have this strong need to look at your relationship from a very different angle. You could be having important conversations with your significant other as well. Perhaps for some Aries, this could be about connecting with a new love partner, or the existing partner on a very different level. Something serious is in the air. Something serious needs to be perhaps discussed, looked at as well. So there's this serious is in the air. If you have been experiencing issues in your relationship, perhaps the time has come to well, to discuss them, to gain more clarity about your relationship, about the direction you want to take, because some issues might come up, especially those unhealed, especially those that have been kind of pushed away. This is a time to resolve them instead of ignoring them, because here you could also dissolve some karma. Remember that Saturn is the lord of karma, and if there is something bothering you, then this is a time to really perhaps resolve these difficulties that have been kind of at the back of your mind. Now, on the 22nd, Mars will move into Pisces, and at that point, this is when generally your energy could decrease, at least partially, because the sun will be moving into your first house, but Mars is a planet of energy, motivation, drive, and courage. With Mars in the 12th house, very often we don't have as much energy as we usually have when Mars transits different areas of life. You will regain this energy once Mars moves into Aries, into your first house, but it won't be for about 6 weeks following this entry on the 22nd of March. So what does it mean here? First of all, Mars in the 12th house is fantastic for, well, for working independently, because you can really, really focus your energy when you work independently. But at the same time, with Mars, you need to be careful, because Mars in the 12th house, with Mars in the 12th house, very often you can repress anger. There isn't an easy way to release this anger, to release these emotions that you would have accumulated throughout the day. You need to take an independent step forward, or use your own initiative to get rid of these negative energies, or the energy that you would have absorbed. Because at the same time, with so many planets in your 12th house throughout the month of March, This is when you generally absorb other people's energies like a sponge. So here, martial arts, spending time in nature, exercising, these really help you to release the excess of energy. Physical energy. So here, being physical, doing sports, yoga, meditation, anything of a spiritual nature might actually appeal more than anything overly physical. Very often, those who have natal placement in the 12th house, they really enjoy to get involved in activities of a spiritual nature, like yoga or meditation, or perhaps something like journaling to release the excess of the energy that we would have absorbed throughout the day. Now, here with the 12th house, yes, I think this anger or the excess of energies, I think that's a really important tip I wanted to share with you. Journaling, independent work, and, perhaps you will have to kind of be mindful with how you use your energy on daily basis. It's very easy to burn out because you don't have so much energy. It's like being a projector in a way in human design. You need to be conscious on how you release your energy in order not to kind of run out of energy before still having so much to accomplish in the day. So that's on a side note. But once Mars moves into your first house, you will see how things will pick up, and you will regain lots of energy, and there will be like this massive forward momentum. All right, so here the final event for this month is a lunar eclipse in Libra here, and this is the third eclipse on Aries and Libra axis. They began last year in April, and we've got the second one in Libra already. After that, in the month of April, we'll have an eclipse, a solar eclipse in April, in Aries, sorry, in your first house. So this eclipse will be at 5 degrees of Libra on the 25th of the month of March. And this is happening in your seventh house. So, of course, with the eclipses, we look at both houses being activated. So, the first and the seventh, you are dealing with relationships, partnerships, contracts, agreements you have with other people, and generally your approach to love, relationships, your communication style. It's all about these one-to-one versus the self. Now, here, a lunar eclipse is connected to endings, especially when it is with the South Node. The South Node acts as the point of release. A lunar eclipse brings a major highlight to events that have been already initiated in the past. So here, this eclipse is connected to the cycle that started in September 2022, we had a new moon during that time in Libra. Now we'll have a Libra lunar eclipse connected to that cycle. And that's your seventh house, the house of relationships, partnerships, contracts you have with other people. So here there is clearly something that needs your attention. And very often those who are in relationships, when there is an eclipse, a new moon or a full moon taking place in the seventh house, very often there is something going on in your partner's or your business partner's life as well that directly impacts your life as well. Perhaps they are healing from a recent surgery. Perhaps they are going through major career changes. Perhaps you're thinking about relocating, or for some, this could be about couples canceling the end of relationship, major breakthroughs in your relationship as well. Overall, this is a very powerful time of growth and here transformation in this area of your life. This is an opportunity here under that Libra energy to create more balance, more harmony, and more fairness in this area here in your birth chart. So that's your relationships, partnerships, one-to-one connections. Now, here with this the South Node being here, it's about letting go of old patterns to relate of relating to others, old patterns of perhaps communicating, of the way you communicate, communication style as well. So it doesn't have to be that dramatic. It doesn't have to be a divorce or a breakup, but perhaps a time has come for you to change your approach to towards how you relate to one another. Perhaps a major phase in this relationship has fulfilled its purpose and it's time to move it to the next level. And at the same time, here, for some Aries, perhaps you are also reconnecting with an old sweetheart, or perhaps you're starting a new journey in your relationship, couples counseling. Now, if you have been already on a healing journey in your relationship, then this lunar eclipse will bring some strong realizations and make you more aware about where is it that you stand in this relationship and which direction you want to take moving forward. It won't be a straightforward process because we've got an out of sign opposition to Neptune in Pisces. And this generally means that some aspects of your relationship could be clouded to a certain degree, or perhaps there could be some lack of clarity during this time regarding a certain matter. Now, at the same time, you might also have to address any issues of deception or dishonesty in your existing relationship. And I think this is an amazing time for doing so, because this can lead towards a greater transparency in this relationship, a deeper understanding, or a greater harmony, honesty. So at the same time, you will be reassessing your values in your partnerships, in your relationships, and perhaps your priorities as well. Make sure that they align with your purpose, with where you're supposed to, or where you want to be heading with your life. All right, so here we go, Aries. That's what I've got for you today. Thank you very much. I wish you a pleasant month. And until the next time, bye for now.